All right, we're being joined in the program by Mr. Feta Adeni. He's a public affairs analyst joining us from our Abuja studios. Mr. Adeni, thank you so much for coming on the program. Let's get straight to business. Absolutely. It's been a while. We've seen you. Let's get straight to business. And this Nigeria is where we're starting off from. Food security, FG policy crashing market prices. Food security, FG policy crashing market prices, says Minister. You know, the reason I'm happy about this headline is that I have Bukola here, who goes to the market. So she's my first, is this sample now? Samples? Anyway, Mr. Adeni, up to you now.
Crashing market prices, if there are policies that are being fed from our pocket. We know that we used to buy rice 80,000, 100,000, now is 50,000 or thereabouts or less than that. That's when we know that, oh, they've already crashed the market prices because of whatever things that we are feeling. But if it's not, if there's no difference with what is obtainable before, I don't see that. But anyway, crashing crashing market prices, it is when they liaise with the farmers, Association of Nigerian Farmers, you know, giving them what's it called, fertilizer, making sure their farm product, farm produce get to the market, you know, security because of this issue of herdsmen and the farmers. If they are being resolved, there's no issue like that. So those are the things that can factor in to make sure that the prices of commodity, you know, goes down. And of course, you know, some of our economy, they are, should I say, fuel dominated. Whatever affect, if there's increase in fuel, and it's going to affect the farmer that is bringing his farm produce, you know, to the market or to the urban area or to the city. So those are the area, and of course, they should also help them when it comes to fertilizer, tractor. So those are the things that can bring down the food, that can crash down the prices in the market. But if these things are not in place, I'm sure we are just paying a lip, you know, service to when it comes to food security.
You know, Jeffrey, I'm going to be an only too willing survey respondent this morning. I bought a bag of rice just last week for 80,000 naira, and I can report that I bought a bag of rice, the same bag of rice, for 37,000 naira in 2023. So nothing has crashed. I'll just give you two more examples. An ideal 5-liter bottle or keg, if you like, as we're saying in this part, of groundnut oil that is safe for your health is hovering between 19 and 20,000 naira. And you know, just 4 or 5 months ago, the same bottle was bought for between 12 and 15,000 naira. So you can, you know, put 1 and 2 together about how much it cost in 2023. You can also talk about palm oil. An ideal 5-liter bottle is safe for your health again, because there are different variations in the market, is about 13,000 naira, and in 2011 it cost a lot less. So, Honorable Minister, no price of ideal staple has particularly crashed. They're still very, very...
I don't know, Mr. Feta, not to take away the job we brought you to do, but it's just funny. Perhaps they are saying in very rural areas, I don't know, maybe that's what they refer to. But when I hear words like crash, from my level of, my little knowledge of how numbers and economics works, is a very strong term. Perhaps they should say drop in price. That would be a fair one. Maybe it went from 80
of course,
to 75,
same here, even what I've been paying.
Yeah, 90 to maybe drop in price. Because if I hear anything crash in the market, from what I know,
yes,
I'll be alarmed.
That means drastically reduced.
So perhaps maybe they wanted to say
what
drop
I've been
in
paying
price.
as
Go ahead.
Yeah, even what I've been paying at home, it kept on increasing. They will buy it 5 naira yesterday. Today, it will almost double. So there's no crash in price. I've not seen that.
Maybe they were speaking as politicians.
Well, we just wanted to update the Honorable Minister. Mr. Ifeta, let's go to the Blueprint newspaper. And for good reason this morning, look at the front page. $5.12 billion Abacha loot. Let anyone prove my husband stole Nigeria's money. Of course, that came on the heels of the interview granted to, you know, one of the broadcast stations just days ago. The wife of the former military leader, Sani Abacha, saying confidently that her husband did not steal, that in fact the money that her husband kept for Nigeria has disappeared. What are your thoughts on this, particularly against the backdrop of reports of Abacha loot returned to Nigeria under different administrations, with questions on accountability of how the monies have been spent? Either it's under former President Goodluck Jonathan, under former President Muhammadu Buhari. In fact, the Attorney General of the Federation under this government also signed with a government of one of the European countries on the return of Abacha loot just months ago. So what are your thoughts on this position held so confidently by a former First Lady, Maryam Abacha?
When you are talking about that your husband has not looted anything, there are so much evidence. And because I know the Western world, they are not so generous to just be dashing us the money. And about 3 years ago, the BBC, according to there's an infographic from BBC with the collaboration from federal government, from World Bank, and the money they recover from Abacha loot, from the family. And it got to the point that they said, look, we can't just be bringing this money. Tell us what you are going to use it for. And which about, I think, 3 successful governments, they benefited from the loot. So what evidence do you need? And we are saying another thing we should be discussing about, how are this money being judiciously used? What are the infrastructure that are being used? Are they commensurate with, we are talking about 5.1 billion loot. I remember there was a time I think the US government that come and tell us what we want to use this money for. I have so much number here that can be read out. It showed that from the family alone in the year 1998, $750 million was recovered. In year 2000, $64 million was recovered from Switzerland. In 2002, 1.2 billion was recovered from the family. In 2003, 160 million from Jersey, from Switzerland, and so much number. Even sometimes, you know, on a lighter note, some comedian, they will say that we like the spirit of Abacha. We can just wake up, they said, so $1 million had been recovered, was returned, you know. So those are the things. When you are saying, let anyone prove my husband stole Nigerians' money, we've been getting this thing from abroad. I'm sure they can't just gang up and say that we just want to pin it on his head. So it's just a lesson to our leaders. Whatever you do while you hold power, you'll be held accountable, you'll be remembered. So I think the question now should be, how have we used the funds that were recovered? The infrastructure, does it commensurate with this money? And so those are the questions that we should be asking for. The federal government should answer. There's no debate about whether he looted fund or not. Was he keeping it? Was it in our name? Was it in the name of Nigeria? So those are the things. So let's move on. What are this money being used for? Are they commensurate? Are they justified? Who knows? Maybe in the next few days we'll hear that another looted fund has been recovered.
All right, interesting. Let's go to the New Telegraph. New Telegraph is leading with something political. 2027, 22 PDP governors endorsed Jonathan, yet he lost woefully in 2015. That's coming from Alim Dume, the senator representing Borno South. He was on our sister program 2 days ago, and he talked about the fact that the endorsement that happened during the APC National Summit, he said he was there. He didn't know, he thought it was a summit, but when he now saw that it was an endorsement, he left. So when he was asked questions about what this means, well, he's been vocal, he's been very critical of his own government, and he's talked about it severally. So he said, look, endorsement means not inciting the experience of Jonathan. The writer says, since politicians decamping voters and Buratai town attack, not ex-army chief. All right, Mr. Fetayo.
Yes, you know, it's just that sometimes because of these, our leaders, they are being surrounded by mostly sycophants who will be praising them. You know, the people actually determine who governs them. Whether we've seen another, the camp will still happen maybe a few months to the election, not even now. when they need to dot the I's and cross the T's. So 22 governorship, endorsing Jonathan then, and like he said, he lost woefully. Anything can happen. Like we said, election is a game of numbers, but as much as you can get to yourself. So it's people that determines. It's not just all about governor. A governor can only give you one vote. Of course, they said he has some structure, he has resources, to mobilize. I think Nigeria, we are woke now, let me use that time. So I remember the first time I voted, I casted my vote, I ran inside the house. The second time they said, wait, let your vote be counted before you go back. We did that. And, the reorientation, wait, when they count the vote, make sure you follow it to the, what's it called? Is it local government from there to the senatorial district from there? So the awareness is getting more higher. So it's becoming difficult to rig election, whatever it is. But it's Nigerian people that will decide whether you have 22 governors, whether you have 5 governors. When the people are ready to do the right thing, the will of the people will prevail.
All right, Mr. Fetayo, let's head over to the Guardian newspaper now and take a look at some stories. The big story, 24 years later, 43 new operators target telcos underserved amid concerns. And make no mistake about it, of course, there's been progress in the telecoms sector, but amid, challenges in this new administration that has seen the increase in tariff for Nigerian users, but there are still areas that are underserved. If you go into the hinterland, there are places where you may not necessarily find network. But what is the potential for internet connectivity and, in fact, return on investment for this development?
Yeah, it's just a pity, just like, let me borrow, even when it comes to bank as well, we have some underserved community, underserved area. 24 years, we have the number, we have the market, and I think it's high time that the government, because we have the number, we have the market, they can create a kind of tariff, bringing some of these, reduce their import duty so that they can, if you want to operate in this region, if you want to operate interland, if you want to operate in riverine area. I was privileged to go to one of a place in Delta State, and you'll be amazed that there's nothing called internet. Even if there's a place in Abuja that an individual went there to do a kind of CSR, they discovered that some people, they've not even cited GSM. Those are the things that there's nothing wrong. A state government, we said we want to provide internet coverage in all our domain, in all our states, so that anywhere you are, whether you're at home, whether you're in the city or in the urban area, those are the things that brings development. I think the 43 new operators to target, all the underserved and concerned increase and all of that. Every day they keep on increasing the tariff because of this, because of that. I think the role of government is to make life bearable for our citizens. So I'm not seeing our government doing that. Rather than we are paying through our nose. What you can use your salary to buy last month will not be enough for the increase that's going to happen this month. I think they should look at it critically. Yes, we've recorded huge successes. They provided job employment, direct and indirect employment, job creation and all of that. But we can do more so that our people can be empowered, so that our people can do so much from the comfort of their zone. They don't need to migrate to a certain place before they can connect to the rest of the world.
All right, before we leave the papers, Mr. Fetayo, let's take a look at one more story on the pages of the Guardian newspaper. I just seen 2 minutes. Wike's politics is always interesting and very intriguing to me. Wike rallies PDP stakeholders in Abuja high-stakes meeting. So I understand he had a meeting with some G5 governors, I think apart from Sheyi Makinde and some other persons, but lawmakers, including the embattled National Secretary of the party, Samuel Anyanwu, former Senate Minority Leader Philip Adudua, and several other persons sitting, and ex-legislators, where he held that meeting and he's saying he's trying to save the PDP. It's quite difficult to define the man and his politics. What do you make of it?
You know, it's just a pity that the leadership of PDP, they know what to do, whether they are afraid. You know, I'm sure Wike is just, all due respect to him, play a waiting game. You know, keep them on the line. It's part of the politics. If you know that it's either you are here or you are there, let us know where you stand. The kind of politics he plays sometimes, it confuses Nigerians, and especially I think the PDP, they know what to do. If you want to get him out, if you want to get him in, just go all out and do this, and let's stop all this confusion here and there. You know, we know so many things that he has said, and he has, you know, chosen to pitch his tent, of course, to the Mr. President, which is APC government. I heard him yesterday saying that this governor has the camp. We don't know Rivers State, whether they are there or not there. You know, those are the things just, you know, playing I won't say he's playing God, but if PDP know they want to, they actually want to come out very big and to make an impression, to make a statement, they should just seize him out. But of course, they know what to do. If they are afraid to do it, and then they will lick their wound.
Mr. Thank you so much. I'm just saying now that the concerned, they call them the concerned PDP stakeholders. They made a few demands, zoning of the party presidential ticket to the south, and reaffirming of Samayanwu as party secretary. I think that issue of the Samayanwu, the Supreme Court has made a decision, and this presidential ticket to the south, we don't know whether it's southeast, southwest, you know, I'm laughing. I was in the hall when I was covering as a reporter in Port Harcourt, where is it south-south now? I think it should be south-south, either south-south or the entire south, but I stand to be corrected. But I know that in that meeting, I was a reporter where they decided, you know, towards the election, insisting that the presidency must come to the south. And it was surprising to everybody that one of the persons, in fact, the chairman of that forum, became the vice presidential candidate of somebody from the north. Oh boy, politics.
Politics sometimes, the more you look, the less you see.
I held that document for a long time. I don't know why I lost it. I would have read. Anyway, Mr. Adeni Fatayo, thank you so much. Public affairs analyst, for coming on the program. We appreciate you. Let's keep watching the polity, and may Nigeria survive. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
All right, we'll take a break from the papers, and we'll be back for our conversation. Join us again.